Hello everyone and welcome to my Bachelor Nation 24 channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Golden Bachelorette preview reveals total chaos on night 1. Bachelor Nation fans are ready for Joan Vasso's journey on the Golden Bachelorette. A sneak peek at the season reveals that night 1 was total chaos. Keep reading for more. Joan Vassos isn't looking to replace deceased husband. Joan Vassos left the first season of The Golden Bachelor because her family needed her. Jerry Turner went on to marry contestant Theresa Nist, but they split up just a few months later. The scandal dinged the franchise, but ABC went full steam ahead with the female-led spin-off, The Golden Bachelorette. Joan was given another chance at finding her second great love. Her first was her husband, John Vassos. They were married for over 30 years until he sadly passed away in 2021. In an early promo video for the spin-off, Joan Vassos gathered her family and let them know she wasn't trying to replace her deceased husband. "I'm not here to replace Dad. I just want our family to be whole again," she told them. She also revealed in a recent interview that an engagement at the end of the show wasn't her goal. She just wants someone to spend quality time with in her golden years. Golden Bachelorette preview reveals total chaos on night 1. Will the school administrator find love among her 24 suitors? Fans will have to tune in to watch. But Joan Vassos spilled to People magazine her thoughts going into the first elimination of the season. Several suitors will be going home just hours after meeting the Golden Bachelorette. But how does she decide without really knowing anyone? A new sneak peek of the first night at the Bachelor Mansion reveals her contestants letting their green flag fly. When one suitor, Jordan, invites Joan to play pickleball, many of the other men join in. Joan joked to the cameras that it was total chaos, but fans loved it. Fans excited to watch. There was speculation that viewers might not tune in to Joan's season after the disastrous Golden Bachelor and backlash over Jen Tran's recent Bachelorette season. But many Bachelor Nation fans shared their excitement for the Golden Bachelorette season on the show's official Instagram. Check out some of the comments. "What a fun and refreshing season. Can't wait. Here for the bromances, pulse make Mark the Golden Back. Looks like it'll be a fun season from this preview, and all of the guys seem great. Can't wait for the journey to begin. That was so cute. This is going to be a really enjoyable experience." The sun set with a golden hue, casting a soft glow over the sprawling mansion as limousines lined up outside, engines humming in anticipation. Inside, the cameras rolled, capturing the grandest stage for what would be the most unique dating show in television history, The Golden Bachelorette. Tonight, for the first time, a woman who had seen it all, loved and lost, and found herself standing tall, would take center stage, searching for her second chance at love. But this was no ordinary night. This was the infamous Night 1, a time known for its promise of romance and endless surprises. As the sky darkened, so too did the chances of a peaceful, calm introduction to this new chapter in Bachelorette history. If the preview told us anything, it was to brace for total chaos. Golden hour meets golden drama. As the first limousine door creaked open, the energy shifted from excitement to tension. A handsome, silver-haired man stepped out, straightening his tie and looking at the mansion with a hopeful smile. This was supposed to be his chance to prove that love doesn't fade with age. But what he didn't know was that while the golden hour was illuminating the mansion's exterior, the storm was brewing inside. Our Bachelorette, Evelyn, a graceful woman in her mid-60s with a radiant smile that lit up any room, stood at the entrance, ready to greet her suitors. Dressed in a shimmering gown that reflected her warmth and confidence, she had butterflies. But these weren't the nerves of a woman uncertain of herself. She was ready, more than ever, to find someone worthy of her time and heart. Inside the mansion, however, whispers had already begun to circulate. Tensions among the men were building long before anyone had even laid eyes on Evelyn. A couple of early arrivals were seen sizing each other up, and not in the charming, friendly way you'd expect. Glasses of champagne were clinking, but not without a few side glances and barely concealed grins of competitiveness. By the time the third limo rolled in, it was clear that civility was hanging on by a thread. Enter Harold. Harold, a dapper gentleman with a playful wink, strode confidently towards Evelyn. Their brief exchange was sweet and full of promise, but the moment Harold entered the mansion, things took a quick turn. Standing near the bar, Lenny, a fellow contestant who believed himself to be the life of the party, was already 3 glasses of bubbly in, boasting to the nearest listening ear that he had been the top pick for any woman since his 20s. "You think you've got a chance with her?" Lenny slurred, narrowing his eyes at Harold as he sauntered in. "Oh, I know I do," Harold shot back, with a mischievous grin that sent Lenny's blood boiling. It begins, Champagne Wars. As more men arrived, the testosterone-fueled energy in the mansion began to spike to unbearable levels. Carl, a retired surgeon who prided himself on being level-headed, found himself caught in the middle of the growing discord. He tried to mediate between Lenny and Harold, but it was like throwing water on an already roaring fire. The tension that started as playful jabs escalated, and suddenly, the room was divided into factions, each man trying to assert dominance in the most ridiculous ways. At one point, a group of the more boisterous contestants decided to commandeer the champagne. Bottles were passed around like victory trophies as each one of them took a turn trying to outtoast the other. "To Evelyn, may the best man win," Harold proclaimed, lifting his glass. "To Evelyn and me because I've already won," Lenny interrupted, raising his glass higher. Chaos ensued. Bottles clanked, but the toasts turned into subtle jabs, and the group around them became cheerleaders for this bizarre showdown. A few men, Timothy and Reggie, who had tried to stay out of the fray, suddenly found themselves caught in a ripple of champagne showers as Lenny, trying to make a point, managed to knock over an entire bottle. Timothy, who had been eyeing Evelyn from a distance, shook his head in disbelief. "I came here to find love, not to be part of some frat house reunion." The golden climax. As the night progressed, Evelyn had her share of magical moments with the more grounded contestants. George, a quiet widower, shared a heartfelt conversation with her about the love he had for his late wife, while Stephen, a former ballroom dancer, swept her off her feet, literally, with a surprise waltz in the garden. These moments sparkled, filled with potential, but the chaos inside the mansion threatened to overshadow them. And then happened. Just as Evelyn was wrapping up an intimate chat with Morris, a retired professor, the doors to the mansion flung open. There stood Lenny, champagne in hand, his shirt slightly stained from an earlier mishap, but his pride fully intact. "Evelyn," he bellowed, catching the attention of every contestant and, of course, the cameras. "I need to make something clear. This night, this journey, it's all about us." As the other men looked on, some horrified, some ready to pounce, Evelyn raised an eyebrow. This was not what she signed up for. "Oh no," whispered one of the producers off camera. Lenny's grand gesture of passion quickly turned into an uncomfortable standoff as Harold, not to be outdone, marched out behind him, intent on stealing the spotlight. Evelyn, with a knowing smile, realized she was in for a ride. She had expected romance and a few nerves, but what she hadn't anticipated was a group of men who would unleash their youthful egos in such spectacular fashion. As dawn approached and the drama finally fizzled out, Evelyn retreated to her room, reflecting on the night's events. The champagne wars, the bravado, and the tension. It had been one wild ride. But beneath the chaos, she saw glimmers of real connection. The quiet moments with George, the laughter with Stephen. They gave her hope that despite the mayhem of night one, there was something real to be found. But if the preview of what's to come was any indication, this was only the beginning. Total chaos, it seemed, was just the opening act. The real adventure, the journey for love, was yet to come.